Ryan Steinecker with Coach Cindy Stuart of the Rich Lady Rebels. Congratulations, Coach. That's your 15th, the Rebels 17th, right?
Yep, 15 and 17. That was it's been a long time, though. That's why it was so emotional. We haven't won one since 2008. We've been in their championship a couple times, but we've always been in the Final Four, but it's been hard to get back.
I went back and listened to the first interview that you and I had this fall, back in late August, and you'd said this is a good bunch of ball players, and you thought that this year and next year were going to be good years. You were right for sure about this one.
Oh, yeah. I knew we had a shot. I don't think anybody else did. I'm not sure our girls did either. But we've been playing so long, and they're just smart players. We just out-rallied people and out-ball control, and so they're just fundamentally very, very good volleyball players. I mean, not be big, not even be athletic, but they're good volleyball players.
It was funny to watch the two teams, high-five and shake hands under the net after the match, and I think every Penguich girl had 6 or 12 inches on every one of your girls.
Oh, yeah. We were definitely small. Monticello's small, too. Yeah, they were big, and they're not as big as they've been the last 3 years, though. They've just dominated, so they had that great bunch of girls come through. So we were glad to have a shot at it and glad it worked out for us.
Let's break down the match a little bit. The first set was another tight one, just like Monticello, and you guys came out on top. You had to come from behind.
Yeah, I think that both Monticello and Penguich's games, 27-25. You don't win that one, the whole weekend may change, if you don't win that one against Monticello. So the ball fell in our favor, so that was good for us.
The third set, they beat you, though. What happened in that third that was different from the first and second?
I think we just had a mental letdown, and we didn't enjoy the Penguich game at all. We loved playing the Monticello one. That was fun for all of us. We had success. We did the things we were trying to do, and it was fun. We had a plan. We had a plan against Penguich, too, but we just seemed to struggle. Their hits were not so hard, and they just kind of dropped in bad spots for us. They paintbrushed us, what we call it. So they never got a hold of one for us to dig, and that was frustrating for us, And I think when we won, too, I think we really were in shock, oh, my gosh, we might win this, And so I think they just had a mental letdown, I'm sure. And plus, then all of a sudden, Penguich makes a big surge because they're trying to, win. They're trying to scramble to get back in the match. So the nature of volleyball.
Is it tough to get over, we finally made it to the championship, and the nerves, and is there pressure on the girls' shoulders and things like that? Does it make it hard to play?
Oh, absolutely. I just kept telling them, this team for sure is not as good as Star Valley or Kelly Walsh or all the big 4A, 5A schools we've beaten this year. There's no way they're that good. They were just making it bigger, which you can't help it. It's a state tournament, making it a big thing and panicking over it. And I just kept trying to get them to realize that there's no way that they were as good as us. So that's all I could do for them was to get it. Their nerves were definitely in the way. They were just so rattled about trying to win it. And, yeah, there's a lot of pressure on them. We've won 15 titles, and they want their Melanie said today, Coach, we get our banner on the wall and to see our names forever. So, that they've been trying to do this since they were little.
I saw a picture online with the girls in the forefront celebrating, and you were in the back, 2 arms in the air. It was almost more utter relief and celebration.
Yes, it was. It was definitely relief. It was emotional. I just sobbed. I think the newspaper says I was sit on the bench and was racking with sobs, It is. We've just put so much time into it. We were so determined, We've just been so committed. And when I commit to something, I'm all in. That's what our thing's been this year. But we was just determined from March 1 back there, that we could get there and do this. And then when it became reality, it was just so relief, joy.
We'll have to talk again in a few months when you've let it settle in for a bit, but just having it settle in for just a couple of days, how do you feel?
Still just got a smile as big as I can, just walking around, and very thankful that I got an opportunity to coach these girls and that they were willing to work as hard as we have. We work so dang hard. It's kind of hard to make girls work hard if there's no end result. And we all had the same goal in mind, and just to get another banner, another championship, and knew they could. They had faith in themselves, and I had faith, and they knew I had faith in them. So definitely, I've just been doing stats, and I forgot we dropped one to St. Joe, a game to St. Joe, and I just. You just get so into it in the middle of it, you don't even know who's playing good and who's not. I'm looking at stats and how well the girls played. And I think Monticello made a comment about them passing so poorly that game. But we served so tough. The most we missed was 4 in one match. And other than that, it was 3. And one time we missed 0. And we don't just serve over. We're serving tough. And we served Monticello's. It was a Monticello St. Joe's number 20 right off the court. And so we had a plan. And they followed through and did what we do, what our strengths are. We really did well with them.
Coach Cindy Stewart of the Rich Lady Rebels, thanks again so much for your time all season long. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for covering us. I have to tell you, I've had so many people to tell us how exciting you are to listen to, and my son had to sit in the car because he had a new baby, and he was going on about how Ryan makes it so exciting. So we thank you so much, and we feel like you're part of our family and our school here. Thanks so much.